there, it's Mary from stampingmary.stampingup.net. Thank you for joining me today. Today's card features the Sweet Citrus Bundle, which is featured on page 49 of the mini catalogue. This is the bundle right here, the stamp set. It's a stamp set, a die, and also a embossing folder. Now the cool thing with this is that the embossing folder will actually cut out some of these citrus images. This is the mini catalogue. Right here, it runs through to April 2023. I love the stamp set. It is so pretty and it's just has so many different uses. So what I've done with this card is some blending and some die cutting. I've used the embossing folder for the blending, and then there are beautiful little flower images in here as well, and I've used them to blend the colour out. So let me just show you how I did the blending first. So I've run a piece of basic white, thick basic white, through the embossing folder, and that's the beautiful image that you get. So it's all beautifully raised. Now the die that goes with this will actually cut out 3 different images from here. So it's just so versatile, but today is just about the embossing folder and some blending. So I've used Polished Pink and Daffodil Delight, so very, very bright, bringing in my blender pens, the 2 Polished Pink and Daffodil Delight, and we're just going to lay down some colour on this embossed piece of thick basic white. Start with the right colour there. So I'm just going to take a little bit off the Daffodil Delight there. Start off the grid paper on my scratch paper and then come in, otherwise you're going to end up with a big clump like I have already put just on there. So I've gone in a bit darker. You can go as dark as you like, work up as much colour as you like. That's the cool thing about blending, is that you get the colour that you want. Don't they look so pretty? Love that. Alright, let's swap out now to Polished Pink. It's a bit light. Let's get a bit darker here. Again, just get the colour going the way you like it. I do like these colours together. Very bright and colourful and citrusy. Although I've gone for more of a tropical theme with this card, I think. So that's one way to use just the actual embossing folder without any die cutting for the fruit pieces, if you like, just the actual die cutting. All right, so to make the little flowers, let me show you what I did next. I'll pop that to one side. So I'm going to bring in a piece of shimmer paper, and this has got a watercolor element to it. So if you wanted to use this as watercolor paper, you definitely can. So I'll bring in one of the stamps with the flowers on it. I'm going to ink it up with Polished Pink first. So there's a die, obviously that will cut these flowers out. So I'm just going to stamp that down, and then I'm going to bring in my blender pen, which has already got a little bit of alcohol in it, if you like. So while that stamp is still drying, I'm just going to blend out the colour, just to colour it in lightly. Sorry, I just used the other tip. That one's a bit, there we go, that's better. So it just softens up the image. You can do it on basic white, but you get a softer, very, very light watercolor look. Now you do have to do it while the ink is, you can't leave the ink to dry completely, otherwise you won't blend anything out, obviously. So that blender pen is just drawing a little bit of that ink from the outside there back into the inside, just for a little bit of color. Let's do one with the Daffodil Delight as well. Let's just clean off my stamp there, and I don't know where I've put my Simply Chamois. Swap that out. Go, and stamp with the Daffodil Delight. same thing. Let's clean off that brush a little bit and then just bring that colour in. Now there are two, in this die set, there are two dies that will cut both of these out, which really does help with the, if you're doing a lot of die cutting. Right. There you go. Just softens it up and just, I think it just gives a nice little point of interest into that cute little flower. So I really like that. I'm also going to do the leaves. Now the leaves are fully covered, so we don't have to worry about, you could stamp the leaves onto white, if basic white if you prefer, but I have got this colour out, so I may as well just go with that. Just put one down, and then I don't think I grabbed quite enough paper. Actually, let's change our mind. Let's do that on, let's stamp the leaves on basic white because we don't need to colour them. And there are two dies for the leaves as well, so having a double of everything is super helpful. So I'm going to run that through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine now. Alright, so I've done all my die cutting. So these are the die cut pieces, the dies. So two of each of those larger ones and the larger flower, and there's two of the leaves as well. So I've gone ahead and I've die cut a circle and stamped my image in polished pink. I've just started to put these together, so I'm using glue dots. I just find that to be an awful lot easier. So I'm going to pop my leaves in first. I stamp them in Pear Pizzazz, and then I can start popping my flowers around as I sort of feel like they fit. So I'm going to go with one in the middle here just to sort of get a balance going, and then another one over the top of the Daffodil Delight, and then another, I think, like I say, I'm using my glue dots because Tombow can get awfully messy on something like this. Whoops, that's not the right colour I wanted. I wanted yellow. There we go. Daffodil Delight. There we go. And then I'm going to take one of the smaller ones. So I'm just mixing these up a little bit. Nothing terribly complicated, but it does give it a lovely tropical feel, I think. Go. And then perhaps another little one. I've got another, it's a larger one at the back here. So I'm just going to pop one with my glue dot, if I can get that off. Okay, pop one just around about there, just peeking out from the back. And then I'm going to use the three smaller ones just around the bottom here. Polished pink and two Daffodil Delights. Put one there, and then one on the inside. I should be using my Take Your Pick tool. In fact, let's just get my Take Your Pick tool. It'll make it an awful lot easier. Put that directly down. There we go. And one there. There we go. Oops, bring that one in a bit. There you go. And let's pop that onto our die cut and blended colour piece, which is right here. Dimensionals on the back. Whoops, that one's a bit close. So there's this stamp set, die set and embossing folder many different ways to use it. This is just one way, but such a pretty stamp set. And just some twine for the bow. Yeah, and you can just, you know, you could do multiple colours on there, a little bit, you know, Daffodil Delight, Polish Pink, Daffodil Delight, Polish Pink, to get sort of a rainbow effect, I guess. And let's pop that on with a glue dot again. Yeah, and then straight onto our polished pink base. I actually did also stamp the inside of this one, just using that stamp, just the two different colours, one in the corners there, just to, you know, make it extra pretty when the recipient of this card opens it up. And I think that somebody would be very happy to receive a thank you card in such happy, bright, cheerful colours. I know I would be very happy to receive this card. Take that one off. And you can lay it flat or pop it up with dimensionals. I think it deserves some dimensionals to pop it up. Almost done. Oops. And there you have it. A very cute little card. It's not, you know, it'll take a little bit of work because you've got to stamp and die cut, but the end result is worth it because it's really, really a pretty card. And that's using the Sweet Citrus bundle. I've put a link to all the products I've used in the description bar below. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. Stampy Mary, MERRY @gmail.com. Thank you and have a great day.